Hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I put on my Christmas outfit because it's Christmas soon and I wanted to get in the Christmas spirit. So yeah, I figured this new outfit would be really nice. It's not something crazy, just I mean, to be honest, it's very basic, but I don't know, I feel like it's very cute. It's like kind of elegant. So yeah, but we were doing the Bahamut quest line. So let's hop right into it and continue. Because there's just the final coil left. I think it's called the final coil. But yeah, let's see what Urianger has to say to us. Man is wont to cast light wheresoever secrets lie hid in darkness. Though that which he illuminateth seldom bringeth him joy. So it is with such unhappy truths as Bahamut's immense shadow doth conceal. Yet ever onward forgave Mistress Alisaie, undeterred by the burden of knowledge that weigheth heavy on her heart. This a perilous path she hath chosen, and a painful one. I prithee, Lura, remain by her side as her valiant blade, that she might see her quest to its conclusion. Lura, it is well that you are here. My lady, how might I serve you this day? I've met with some difficulty in my mission, Urianger, and I should be grateful for your counsel. As you know, Bahamut's physical form is regenerating beneath the Cardinal Flats even as we speak. If we are to prevent his return, we must needs disable the two remaining interment hulks that sustain him. Every moment our mission is delayed, the realm is pushed closer to the brink of destruction. Alas, though, I have determined the locations of the fragments of Dalamud leading to the hulks. I have been unable to find a way to enter them. Gaining admittance is but the first step in your perilous undertaking. When last thou descended into Bahamut's subterranean fastness, thou didst discover, didst thou not, that the dread primal had bound the shade of Nile van Darnis onto his will. And though thou didst consign the fallen legatus to blessed oblivion, thou mayest recall that the piteous wretch was not alone. Doubt not but that Bahamut's other thralls shall seek to hinder thy passage. You can say his name, Urianger. I have not forgotten that my grandfather is waiting for us. My lady, I will remind you, as I must oft remind myself, that the man whom we both loved and revered is no more. What remaineth is but a shade which defileth his memory. The vile verbiage that spilleth from his lips must not be heeded, for it cometh not from your grandsire, but from Bahamut himself. Oh man. You need not worry, Urianger. Come what may, I will not stray from the course. I will not let grandfather's sacrifice be in vain. But mere words will not take us whither we must go. As I said, I have been unable to find a way to enter the fragments of Dalamud. My lady, might I suggest that you visit the fragments again in Lura's company, full of have the warrior of light set events in motion by virtue of her presence alone. It is possible that she may do so again. I the while shall search for answers of mine own. By our efforts combined, full sure am I that the path shall be revealed to us ere long. Were it anyone else, I should question the wisdom of such advice. Yet I cannot deny that what you say about Lura is true. Very well, I shall do as you suggest. Assuming you have no objections, of course. Good, now we seek entry to two fragments of Dalamud. One lies at the Burning Wall in eastern Fenelon, and the other at the Singing Shards in Mordona. I left an assistant at each location, which instruction with instructions to continue searching for a means of ingress. It's not impossible that they could since have found something useful to us. Let us begin by visiting my man at the burning wall. Dex, I think it was. Alright, let's go there. Okay, so we're here with her assistant. I say, are you not Mistress Arda, my lady's most faithful companion? Sinus, madam, at your service, and may I say what an honor it is to meet you. How goes the survey, Dex? My lady, it shames me to say that I have found no viable path to the fragment. Though it stands there before our very eyes, the way hither was thus far proven impassable. When the fragment fell and pierced the land, it caused a prodigious amount of ether to spew forth. 'Twas this that gave rise to the land's twisted lay, which seems destined to dwarf our efforts. Even were an opening to exist, I fear that we would struggle to reach it. We cannot give up, keep trying. So near and yet so far. Well, it avails us not to stand here and stare at the thing. Let us away to Mordona and try the other fragment. Perhaps Sinus has thought better. Upon that note, my lady, there is something I must tell you. I'm sorry to report that I lost contact with my brother just over a bell ago. As you know, the Singing Shards are home to many fell creatures, ogres among them. While I do not wish to cause you undue alarm, I fear something unspeakable may have happened to Dex. Why didn't you give me strength? We must hurry to my assistant's aid, Laura. Alright, let's go. Alright, there we are with the other assistant. And Dex apparently this time. Thank you, adventurer. For a moment there, I feared that my bones were to be ground up and used to bake bread. I'm relieved to see that you are unharmed. It was wrong of me to press such a dangerous task upon you. My lady, your worries are wasted on me. It was nothing at all, I assure you. If it please you, I shall report on my findings. As you can see, though the tip of the fragment is exposed, the rest is encased in rock and crystal, rendering it impossible to enter the structure. You might try excavating the area around the fragment, but that is like to take time, and there really is no telling how deep we may need to dig before we find a suitable point of ingress. As such, I am forced to conclude that gaining entry to this fragment is unrealistic. Forgive me, my lady. Confounded, we are losing precious time. What are we to do now? This I, Urianger, glad tidings have I for thee and my lady. For a blessing, a way have been found by which thou mayest enter the remaining fragments of Dalamud. Pray, escort Mistress Alice to the ceruleum processing plant in northern Fenland. There all shall be made clear. Urianger has found a way. Then we must go to him at once. Okay, let's go. Alright, we're here with Urianger. Many apologies for summoning you thus from afar, my lady, but this here that your journey may finally begin. I did wonder, to my knowledge, there are no fragments in northern Fenland. Nor are you mistaken, my lady, yet a pathway doth exist, one which you yourself have made use of in the past. At the conclusion of your several forays into the binding coil, it was at the crystal formation which lieth to the north of this place that you did emerge, was it not? Yes, an ethereal stream bore us back to the surface, that much I had surmised. Are you suggesting that we can use it to return underground? And even if that were possible, would it not simply bear us back to those places which we have already explored? It need not, my lady. Pray, allow me to explain. Upon the evidence of your experience, it seemeth plain that two internment hulks may share the selfsame ethereal egress. From this we did infer that others may be connected in likewise. Thus did we labor long to verify the existence of further tributaries to the selfsame stream, in which task we were at length successful. It was then but a matter of arriving at a solution to the problem of traveling to an unattuned destination. That one might reach that we may call the headwater. We propose to employ a modified etherite which serveth to amplify such ripples as do originate from said source. And by focusing one's essence upon these ripples, it should be possible to make the journey, yet be fairly warned, my ladies. As with all untried modes of ethereal travel, this method entaileth considerable danger. Merely to attempt the voyage could cost you your life. That is a risk I'm willing to take. You're brilliant, Urianger. But I'm curious, did you have assistance in forming this plan? I could not help noticing your repeated use of the word we, unless you have taken to using the majestic plural in our absence. Nay, my lady, as you have correctly surmised, I was not alone in this endeavor. Meaning there are others who are aware of our mission. Alphino. No? Well, it cannot be helped now. Preventing Bahamut's return is what matters. Some secrecy must be sacrificed to achieve our goal, and so be it. She has like random assistants everywhere all over the world, and she doesn't even know their names. So why is she like, oh, someone knows? Okay. But yeah, it is what it is. So that must meet the modified etherite, but what are the immortal flames doing here? Those men may be sworn flames of Ulda, but they are first and foremost faithful retainers of House Levier. Elfino, so it was you who was helping Urianger. Who else could it have been, dear sister? Lest you worry, I have no intention of making the details of your venture public. Like you, I would prefer to avoid causing a panic. But given that which is at stake, namely the survival of the realm, one must be willing to accept help when it is offered. Would you not agree? At the very least, do not be cross with Urianger. It was at my behest that he kept silent. We will speak later. Pray forgive me, my lady, but knowing full well your intent, I judge to meet that Mr. Alphino be informed. Though your grandsire have become Bahamut's thrall, his noble blood cures the fieb through both your veins, and if he must needs be struck down. Do you hear that, Alphino? I mean to strike down grandfather, and when I have done so, I shall banish Bahamut to the ether. Nothing you say will sway me from my course. I will protect Eorzea and I will uphold grandfather's legacy. Grandfather's legacy, so you still do not know what you yourself desire. Your actions are still driven by borrowed resolve. Borrowed resolve? What does that have to do with anything? Protecting Eorzea was grandfather's goal and we made it ours, both of us. That is why we came here, unless you have forgotten. God forbid, I should ever forget, Alice. But you misunderstand. I do not question your resolve only whence it came. If it were your own, you would be able to tell me precisely why you desire so fervently to protect Eorzea. Yet you cannot, for it is not your resolve, but grandfather's. You may struggle to see the difference, but borrowed Borrowed resolve shall never be as strong as that which springs from within. But let us speak of this another time. For now, preventing Bahamut's return is all that matters. To be plain, I have no objection to striking down whatever is left of grandfather. Know, however, that I will be accompanying you this time. As the son of House Leveilleur, I will be present for his final moments. Very well, you may join us on one condition. I make the decisions. Isn't that just fair? Like, it's also his grandfather, you know? If you please, milady, the name is Erkenrad. Our preparations are just about complete. When you're ready to embark on our mission, just give me the word. I'll be waiting for you at the ceruleum processing plant. Pay no heed to my brother, you can rely on me. We have come far together, you and I, and together we shall see our journey to its end. Alright. I mean, I don't know why we are, like, watching that sibling argument. Like, I really don't care. You can bash each other's head in. Like, I actually don't give a shit. You know. I've been waiting for you, Mr. Sarda. I'm pleased to say that the Aetheride's primed and ready. As you know, the remaining internment hulks are connected to the fragments in Eastern Fenland and Mordona. It's to the former that we'll be sending you first. Now you'll be starting inside the hulk, meaning you won't have to cover so much ground. The drawback being that you'll be fighting for your life from the moment you get there. Best be prepared for anything, for milady's sake, if you're not your own. That's about all I can tell you. When your preparations are in order, just give me the word and I'll send you on your way. I may even throw in a prayer for your speedy return just to be on the safe side. Nice. Okay, let me try find the hero again and we will see each other when we're entering. Alright, we made it. We got some helpers. We even got two. Got two tanks, so yeah, I think we should be breezing through this, hopefully. So yeah, but they seemed really nice. So yeah, let's see how this goes. So this is how it looks on the inside. This internment hulk still functions. The teleportation was a success. We are come to the right place. There is no telling how much further Bahamut has regenerated since we last beheld him. Let us make haste to the main bridge and deactivate the coil. There were receptacles similar to these in the previous hulk. Those held chimerical beasts, but only the elegants know what other abominations may be sleeping within. They may well be part of Dalamut's internal defenses. We must stay on our guard at all times. Well, there's something. Alright. First one done. I think 4 to go? By the 12 dragons and so many. No. We were aware that the Elegans possessed the means to control the creatures, but to imprison them thus is barbaric. I would not wish such a fate upon my worst enemy. It is pain that no love was lost between the Elegans and the dragons, but was it truly necessary to keep so great a number here? The element did not want for defenses. This we have experienced firsthand. Such guardians as the Elegans created, both living and unliving, were surely no less capable of repelling intruders than these poor creatures. Tell me something, LSA. Have you not managed to determine by whose will Bahamut exists? What? No, I have not. At first I assumed that Bahamut had no people of his own. That the Elegans had perhaps discovered a way to simulate prayer itself. However, Niall's words gave me cause to reconsider, specifically the Shade's mention of Bahamut's beloved children. From that, I inferred that the primal is given form by the will of worshippers whom we have yet to... God strike me down for a blind fool. Bahamut's beloved children, right there before my very eyes. How could I be so stupid? Who else but the dragons of Eld would summon Bahamut? Who else would but they could sustain him? And to think I wondered why the Elegans kept them imprisoned here. Even should the flame of Bahamut's life go out, his faithful children would summon him back. For this reason, the Elegan Empire kept an army of dragons here in a perpetual state of duress that they might sustain the primal's existence. Truly, the Elegans' ingenuity knew no bounds, and neither did their cruelty. Small wonder that Bahamut was so enraged. Let no one deny that it was man who sowed the seeds of the calamity. Will you now turn your hatred towards our own kind, dear sister? Do not patronize me, Elfino. I merely acknowledge our guilt. Lest you be in any doubt, I have no intention of allowing Bahamut to lay the world to waste, regardless of the atrocities the Elegans committed against his kind. You have no choice but to eliminate all who worship him, be they his children or his thralls. It seems reasonable to assume that the system responsible for the primal's regeneration is also responsible for sustaining the captive dragons. If we disable it, all should perish. Let us press on. Well, she's in a good mood. Oh, there are only 3 more. That's good. Damn, that was trippy. Or is that the wrong way? I guess not. It was glitchy. Damn. Damn, this is going so smoothly. Getting spoiled here. Damn. Got my two trusty tanks. I feel like I have two bodyguards. No. Oh, they even wait inside. That is so cute. I can't. Oh my gosh, I love those people. They always wait for the fights too. Oh, they're so sweet. I can't. Wait, this looks like a model of Bahamut, yes. So the Final Fantasy community, I love them so much. For millennia, Bahamut must have gazed at this unchanged view. Trapped inside a prison that was scarcely large enough to contain him, unable to move, denied the release of death, how his hatred for man must have burned. That hatred found an ideal vessel in Nile van Darnus. In many ways, Bahamut is to be pitied, not loathed, but knowing the true extent of his fury, I am more convinced than ever of the necessity of our endeavor. No, that's the thing, like, when I started playing other games, like, I mean, Valorant, for example, oh my gosh, I almost wanted to cry, because in Final Fantasy, like, 90% of people you meet are nice. There may be a few that are just assholes, but most are really nice. And then you go to Valorant and people just start wishing your whole family cancer. Is like, whoa, you know. Like, that was so unreal for me as someone who only played Final Fantasy ever in like an online setting, you know. So yeah, But let's hop back to the story. Besides, his is not the only soul that cries out for vengeance. So yeah, I was really taken aback when I started playing other games. Like, that was so scary, man. People are scary. Oh, I can't. So yeah, but I'm really glad that you know, I came back on Final Fantasy. They're so nice. I think they want to invite someone. Alright, I guess we're waiting for someone else to join. See you guys in a bit. Alright, we're a party of 4 now. I love this. We even got a healer.
Gods, he is almost whole again.
We get voice acting! Damn. I'm loving this.
His size is staggering. I can scarce imagine how Grandfather stood against such a monstrosity.
This cannot be allowed to proceed any further. Let us disable the coil and move on. Grandfather? No, that man is dead. I will not dishonor my beloved grandsire's memory by calling you such. You are but his twisted shape, the thrall of a mad primal.
You were foolish to disregard my warning, child. Are you so convinced of your own righteousness?
'Tis the rightness of our path that led us to return. Eorzea will never be safe whilst Bahamut remains to threaten all we hold dear. What of the hero who gave his life in defense of the realm? Do you truly dispute the justice of our cause?
My poor, ignorant grandchildren. Your world is shaped by naught but recent conflict. Listen, and I will speak to you of justice. 'Twas in the twilight of the Third Astral Era. The southern land of Mericidia suffered invasion at the hands of the Alagon Empire. With no atrocity too depraved for their purpose, the forces of Alec were unstoppable in their advance. Desperate for salvation, the dragons prayed to one of their first brood, to their ancestor Bahamut. Infused by the power of their fervent supplications, Bahamut arose from the abyss of death and took wing as the Meracidians' newborn god. Yet this great miracle would only serve to further the maniacal designs of the dragon's imperial conquerors. The cruel fetters which bind my lord stand testament to the Allagan's boundless greed and hubris. I once summoned the 12 in an attempt to forestall the advent of the 7th Umbral Era. What then did the dragons of Meracidia do that I did not? Wherefore are they accursed and I exalted? 'Tis man's overweening belief in his own primacy that blinds him to the commonness of his condition and the truth of his own tyranny. As long as man is suffered to remain, the dragons shall never be at peace. Only when the plague of people has been expunged shall the children of Lord Bahamut be free. Then shall the world know true justice.
Stop it! Grandfather would never say such things. His belief that people were worth saving never faltered. He had faith in their strength, that they could stand together and push back against the darkness seeking to shape them.
A false hope. 'Tis folly to place one's faith in so flawed a race. Stand together? Huh. They would first need to agree on which direction to face. If history teaches us anything, it is that man cannot find common ground between his own 2 feet. Even you, twins whose veins run with the same blood, struggle to fathom each other's reasoning. You hide your differing agendas behind the convenient banner of Eorzea's salvation. Given your obvious self-interest, can you truly claim no kinship with the Allagan? And though I hope they might bring you closer, 'twould seem that the twin grimoires I bestowed upon you were a wasted gesture.
There may well be truth in your judgment of Alize and me, but such a one-sided tirade bemoaning the evils of man rings false, coming from the lips of Archon Louisoix. Tell me, do you champion the cause of dragons because Bahamut compels you as his thrall? Or is it because you yourself have transcended the limits of man's existence?
Ah, so the possibility did not escape your notice. What I prayed for, and what I have become. These are the keys that unlock the truth behind Eorzea's rebirth. If you would have them, then you must needs take them by force. Come, rend this divine form asunder and claim your answers.
But I thought... No. He has become a primal?
It is difficult, I know, but you must accept it. That entity is no phantom or imposter. It is our beloved grandsire.
That's a cool bird, though. Oh goddamn. I probably can't even finish my step here until he's dead. Oop. We watched like 10 hours of cutscenes just to fight him for 2 seconds. Oh goddamn. Oh man, that was hilarious. But they really... Man, I love those people. They're amazing. More cutscene. But at least it's voice acting. Or at least the one before was.
Grandfather is truly gone this time.
Thank you.
Better it end this way than the alternative.
I am yet here, Alice, my dear, sweet granddaughter.
He seems nice now.
Grandfather?
We beat the evil out of him.
I must thank you, warrior of light. Without your valor, I might never have broken free of Bahamut's control. These last few moments are mine, to live as the man I once was.
This is all that I wanted. Yet, now that it is happening, I find myself struggling to believe it. Is it really you?
Grandfather, pray forgive me my insolence. It was not my intent to demean you.
Forgive you? I am proud of you, child. You were wise enough to deduce the manner of creature I had become. Alfino, Alize, if any here should beg forgiveness, it is I.
Grandfather, I must ask, will you not tell us what befell during the calamity?
Yes, yes, of course. You have come far to hear the truth. Let us then begin the tale at the Battle of Cartano, where clashed the forces of the Garlean Empire and the Eorzean Alliance. 'Twas there in the sky above the surging armies that the elder primal Bahamut broke free of the Red Moon Dalamut. In an effort to contain this avatar of destruction, I called upon the 12 to aid me in the creation of a prison of ether. But Bahamut would not be caged by such feeble bars. Too vast was his might, too fierce his rage. Little choice remained to me. I used the last of my strength to entrust our hope unto the future, and prepared to meet my end.
It is awfully bright. Whoa. The animation though? Damn. That's pretty. That's badass though. Holy damn. Aww. Okay, that animation is sick. Like all the headache and everything before it caused me, like the whole FNO LSA sibling arguments and stuff like this, where I was like, oh my gosh, please shut up. This animation was really sick. Damn.
As you have no doubt surmised, I did not perish. When the cage built from the essences of the 12 was destroyed, the sky was filled with a colossal cloud of ether. This drifting energy responded to the prayers of those fighting below, and to my own desperate wish that the dying realm be saved by infusing me with the power of a primal. I became the immortal phoenix, ancient symbol of rebirth. Rising into the sky, I struck Bahamut with all my newfound strength. The blow shattered his earthly form, and a shower of ether rained down upon the land. Thus began the rejuvenation of Eorzea. Believing the deed done, I relinquished my hold on that staggering energy, desirous that it should be returned to the realm without delay. But I had not reckoned on Bahamut's tenacious will. Even as he teetered upon the cusp of oblivion, the dragon reached out to claim me. Alas, within my fast fading form, enough remained of the Phoenix's energy to offer Bahamut a hold, and he dragged me along in his wake.
And thus began your existence as the Elder Primal's thrall.
I cannot help but wonder at his will to survive. Though he was all but obliterated, Bahamut found a way to seize the power you surrendered. That would explain why part of his physical form survived to be entombed underground.
It would also explain why Eorzea was so terribly warped. Even as the land sought to restore itself, the returning flow of ether was cut off.
Ah, very good. When his grip on existence was once again secured, Bahamut did not cease his feast until he had consumed every last mote of ether that yet floated in the air.
And still he was not fully restored.
You must remember that by this time, much of the freed ether had already returned to the land. That which remained was not sufficient to reconstruct so massive a form in its entirety. But there did not need to be, not for a being sustained by the marvels of Allagan technology. As long as some piece of Bahamut persists, the coils will seek it out and continue their regenerative task. The fragments of Dalamud appear motionless from the surface, but deep beneath the ground they had been searching, tunneling through rock and soil towards their escaped prisoner. And, as you have observed for yourselves, they found his heart. Warrior of Light, heed me. You must put a stop to Bahamut's regeneration. Whether it be for man or for dragonkind. The question of justice is irrelevant. The Elder Primal will leave naught but a smoldering wasteland for both his children and ours. I beg you to defend Eorzea and guide its people to the future they yet struggle to find. This portal will take you to the final internment hulk. 'Tis time for the tale of Bahamut and his part in the calamity to come to an end. Alvino, Alize, pray, come closer. Your hopes and dreams must no longer be an extension of mine. You must needs find your own reason to fight for this realm, your own meaning in this sea of chaos. Will you do that for me?
Of course, Grandfather. I have already made it my mission to see this newborn Eorzea survive and flourish.
Alize, while I was yet enthralled to Bahamut, you spoke of my faith in man's strength. Know that your words reached me, imprisoned though my soul still was. So forceful was your conviction, I wonder if that belief has not become your own. Perhaps, after all your anger and sorrow was spent, you found something greater within you. See this fight to its culmination. 'Tis also your strength in which I have faith.
Thank you for everything. Pray, take your rest, Grandfather. You deserve it.
I'm watching a whole movie here.
There are records of an art that allowed one to summon the power of a primal from the essence of its demise. And though I am no true primal, all that I have left, I give to you. Alvino, Alize, my darling grandchildren. May Light's blessings ever keep and protect you.
Come, Warrior of Light. Our task remains undone.
Alright, we're ready for the next one. See you guys when we're in. Alright, last one. Here we go. The others have been very patient. I'm so thankful for that. Yeah, last one. We got this. Already recording for an hour. What the hell? Damn. And that's without all the wait times and everything.
'Twas a long and arduous road, but at last we reach its end. Farewell, Bahamut. I banish you back to the ether. He is not yet whole. I did not think him capable.
I mean, that would have been way too easy, wouldn't it?
Alize! Alize!
I had thought it finally over. We will not survive another blast. No. Is this how I honor my promise to Grandfather?
You must needs find your own reason to fight for this realm. Your own meaning in this sea of chaos. Will you do that for me?
I will, Grandfather. In fact, I believe I already have. That reason has been with me all along, guiding me. Eorzea's blade of light, shearing through endless shrouds of darkness. I have been shown the miraculous feats of which we are all capable, of which I am capable. Bahamut, you have wreaked enough havoc. I will not let your wrathful fires consume all that we know and love.
Like, read.
I have waited to hear you say that. You have found your resolve at last.
Like, it's so funny how she just shows the pages to Bahamut and it's kind of like, read and die. It's your worst nemesis. Letters.
Let me join my strength to yours. In this place, in this moment, our purpose has become one.
The double book attack. Aww, it's so standard gender norms. His is blue and hers is pink. Megatron has joined the fight.
For the future of Eorzea!
Ah, it turned into a musical! No, I'm sorry. But
This
that
last
was
task
hilarious.
is yours, Warrior of Light. You must destroy Bahamut's crystal core.
Yeah, but let me go and do it, please. Man. So the other people are hilarious. And I guess they're agree. Okay, so apparently there's gonna be a not so YouTube friendly joke in the chat, so I have to cover it. No! Where's the joke? Oh, the music though. Oh no, what do I do with this? Okay, well, we can enjoy the music then in the meantime. I actually love this group. It reminds me, I've been obsessed with ballet lately, again, because I went to see a recording of the Nutcracker and the Royal Opera House, I think it's called. So, oh, it was so good, and now I'm obsessed again. Like, ballet dancers are so good. It's insane. Oh. Like, have you ever seen their legs? Like, they're massive, like, literally just muscle. It's insane. So yeah, I can really recommend, like, if you appreciate, you know, just impressive, like, body control, watch some ballet. Like, that stuff is insane. Ah. Okay, so apparently Mega Flare hurts less when you stand in the middle there. Hmm. My eyes! Wow, it looks so cool though! Oh, come on. Damn, professionals! Da-da. Yeah, I guess we're done. Oh. I guess the last. I'm still dead. I forgot. And that's how you finish the Coil of Bahamut and make friends in the meantime.
You did it! But one task remains. With this last coil disabled, there shall be naught left to bind Bahamut to this world. His beloved children will finally know peace.
Damn, it's so bright they have to cover their eyes, but I'm the warrior of light. I just stare right into it. I also like staring into the sun every now and then. You know, see who's stronger. I'm training everything, even my eyes. Poof. And it's kind of mesmerizing, I'm not gonna lie.
"'Tis done. He is truly gone." You knew, didn't you? You knew what Grandfather had become.
I was not certain, but from all I had gleaned, it seemed a distinct possibility. The scene people describe of the Battle of Cartano was one of unimaginable devastation, and 'tis through the combined prayers of the desperate and an abundant source of ether that primals are born. I merely put two and two together.
And you consider that a sufficient explanation? Well, however you stumbled across your theory, 'twas this revelation that made you wary of my attachment to Grandfather. You feared that in my obsession, I would fall under his primal sway. Is that why you decided to join us? To pull me back should I show signs of wavering?
Pray forgive me, sister. I wished only to protect you. Yet I see now that I needn't have doubted the strength of your conviction. May I ask you a question? What do you now intend to do with the truth you have uncovered?
Which particular truth was that, brother? The fact that desperate prayer gave rise to the primal phoenix? That this new god was responsible for setting Eorzea on the path to rebirth? Should such a tale become common knowledge, people would soon offer up their prayers in earnest. They would beseech Phoenix to complete the healing that was begun.
Yet as you and I know all too well, the very act of calling forth this savior would do more harm to the land than good. We cannot encourage such worship for this very reason. Were Grandfather forced to return as an ether-draining primal, it would undo all that he had worked to protect. Your abiding love for him was the key that unlocked the truth of the calamity. But keys may also serve to seal doors that were best left unopened. Let your love now guide your actions, and lock away deep inside the fate of both Grandfather and Bahamut.
Fear not, Alfino. I understand what must be done. The realm need not know the truth for it.
Oops. Excuse me.
The Elder Primal is banished, to return no more. That is enough. Let us make our way back to the surface. Poor Oriange must be beside himself with worry.
Alright. Yeah, let me continue the story. Alright. We made it, and we're here now. And here we are again. After that descent into darkness, the desolation of northern Fenland seems paradisal. As promised, I shan't reveal the truth of the calamity to a single soul. However, the nations of Eorzea will require certain assurances that the threat of a new primal is gone. Kept in the dark over long, it is only a matter of time before they seek answers of their own accord. Let us recommend that the fragments of Bahamut are sealed off, that the truth may rest undisturbed. But first, we must go and report to Oriange. I would not do to it would not do to keep him in suspense. I dare say we shall find him pacing up and down at the cerulean processing plant. Let's go there! Alright, we're here with Oriange. Ah, the warrior of light returneth undimmed from the depths of darkness. By thy triumphant bearing, I take it thou hast succeeded in thy mission, and yet thou art alone. Mistake me not, dear friend, full glad am I of thy safe return, but where, pray, are Master Alfino and Mistress Alice? There they are. Here, my friend, forgive us our lateness. We took the scenic route. Bahamut is no more. The realm is safe. By the heavens, look at you. What horrors your young eyes must have seen. What suffering your young bodies must have borne. Pray tell me, what are you? Where are you hurt? Your wounds must needs be cleansed and dressed at once. I shall make for you a poultice which draweth out. Be at ease, my friend. We are hale and whole, I assure you. We took a few tumbles, but the worst of our hurts are healed. I believe we have Grandfather to thank for that. Master Louisoix, then you met with him once more, but wherefore should Bahamut's thrall seek to ease your suffering? I promise to reveal all to you in due course, dear friend, but first there is a matter which requires our immediate attention. Now that Bahamut is defeated, we deem it best to bar entry to all of the fragments of Bahamut. To this end, we will convince the nation's leaders that the danger has passed and invite their cooperation in ensuring that the fragments are never again disturbed. Come, let us depart and seek an audience with them forthwith. A moment, sister. You need not burden yourself with this task. Urianger and I will know more than suffice. Oh, will more than suffice. Might you not take this opportunity to rest? The gods know you have earned it. But I'm fine, brother. Besides, you have been through as much as I have. I see now. You will play your game of diplomacy and wish me out of the way. Naught could be further from the truth, LSA. My lady, it is my earnest belief that your brother have your best interests at heart. You have more than done your part, and he desireth but to relieve you of a burden he might easily bear alone. I have some experience treating with dignitaries. You must allow. And as you never fail to remind me of my fondness for diplomacy, I feel it only right that I remind you of your aversion to it. Then it is settled. Urianger, pray make arrangements for a chocobo carriage. The ride should give us ample time to prepare our story. Alphino. Though our paths are different, we share the same goal, do we not? But of course, dear sister, that which we have just achieved together stands as testament to that fact. Whatever path we choose to take, our hearts shall ever lead us to the same end, of that I am certain. Thank you. I mean, now I get why people didn't really like LSA in the beginning, I guess. There's a place that I would visit. Might I ask you to accompany me? She is pretty annoying, not gonna lie. And first, I do believe a change of garments is in order. It won't take a moment. The landscape is the same, of course. There is no reason that it would be otherwise. Though it would be poetic for the fragments to magically disappear, I am well aware that they shall remain long after you and I are gone. The world may change irrevocably, but life shall ever go on. Let us take a closer look, shall we? I just wanted to be done with this, man. I have no doubt that Alphino will do an admirable job concealing the truth of the calamity. And such truths as were revealed in those dark depths will never see the light of day. I myself agreed that it must be so. But the thought that the people of Eorzea shall forever remain ignorant of their savior, of your deeds, the injustice of it is almost too much for me to bear. How typical of Yulura, ever the heroine. Even so, I cannot deny that I feel better for your assurance. But I want you to know that I will never forget. You are the one who freed grandfather's soul and saved Eorzea from Bahamut's wrath. And though these great deeds will never be remembered in song, their consequences will be felt forevermore by every soul who calls this realm home. Don't worry, I'm like famous for 10,000 other things. Yes, this spot will do. For grandfather, Nile and the dragons of Merasidia, for all those who were taken by the calamity. Aww. At long last, our struggle with Bahamut is over. For now. The realm given new life through the prayers and sacrifices of countless souls may look a brighter tomorrow. May look to a brighter tomorrow. I can't speak. When the dust of our adventure has settled, I shall embark on a journey. I mean to find my own reason to fight for Eorzea. And when I do, I will fight with all my being. You have done so much for me, Laura. One day I hope to be able to repay you in kind. I have no doubt but that you will continue to help those in need and grow ever stronger in so doing. I shall endeavor to do the same, and if the 12 are kind, I hope one day to become Eorzea's sword in the darkness as you are. Aww. Come what may, you may rest assured that I will not be outdone by Elfino. When next we meet, I promise that I will not disappoint you. Till that day, fare you well, my friend, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Damn, to think that I wanted to put all of this in the last part. I would have been on this for like 4 hours. Like, the video would have been like 4 hours. Ah! Insane. Alright. That should be it. Right? Yeah, that's it with the Bahamut story. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you like what you see, and obviously subscribe if you want to see more. I try to upload every single day. Yeah, please take care of yourself, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!